You are either about to become filthy rich or a black swan is around the corner, guys. And I literally have the chart that matters the most, which is USDT.dominance charts, guys. Okay, the stablecoin charts. I know you guys remember this chart because you have to. We are, I repeat, on literally at a critical point in time. Either this will mean a black swan will be activated here soon, and we're going to predict it by using this chart, or alt season will appear and you'll just become rich, right? Because every altcoin will go up tremendously. So let us begin. Please like today's video. Thank you. Why is this chart important? Okay, why is this chart important? Because on the 5-day, guys, this chart predicted the top of XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, and every other S coin and meme coin to the exact day. Look at this. It keeps holding this region as support. Okay, it keeps holding this region as support, guys. This moving average on the 5-day, by the way, held it once, twice, and right now it's holding again, right? Which is a bad sign. If you ask me, guys, it is holding as support here, right? If it does indeed hold as support, right, maybe for a few more candles, it's gonna pump. It's gonna pump, guys, which is very terrible because that means cryptos will dump heavy. It's the opposite of what cryptos will do, guys, right? So if cryptos do dump, this will pump, and if this dumps, cryptos will pump. As you guys can see, the tops were created, right, for Bitcoin, ETH over here, guys, and even for XRP, right? And there's Ethereum, guys. Okay, so we literally need this chart to go down, guys. Now, if we zoom into the lower time frames, it did go up a little bit, which is right now. Oh, well, you look at that. It's under it now, right? So the moving average is at 4.27%, guys. It needs to be under it, which it is right now. Though on a short time frames, it just like goes below it, guys, and goes above, right? It's like trying to figure out which path is the crypto market going to take, the pump path or the dump path, right? We need this thing to keep falling down. It needs to be under 4.27%. Okay, so just remember that, guys. Now I'm going to be talking about altcoin season here because we haven't talked about it. We haven't talked about it in a while, and we actually called this to a T. The chart. I'm literally not even kidding. In just a sec, we'll talk about it. But first, from Cointelegraph, update: Eric Trump's backs $8,000 plus per Ethereum. Call as global M2 money hits record $95.6 trillion and Bitcoin dominance drives below 60%. Here's where Bitcoin dominance comes into play and why XRP still hasn't pumped, okay? Or any other, for a matter of fact, any altcoin. In just a sec, we'll talk about it. Okay, fine. Let's talk about it right now, actually. So, you guys remember this chart, right? There's a bunch of charts out there, but the couple main ones are USDT.dominance, right? XRP, obviously, and then Bitcoin dominance, guys. This shows alt season, right? Are we at alt season or not, guys? We did see a mini alt season right here, right, where XRP went crazy because it was because of this, guys, right? Money was flowing out of Bitcoin into altcoins such as XRP. But you guys remember, where are we at? Where are we at? We called it to a T. Please like today's video. Do you guys remember me saying that basically we're gonna come back to the weekly moving average, right? This was months, like weeks or months ago, guys, right? I literally have proof. In just a sec, I said we'll come back to this moving average, and then from then we'll know what happens with cryptos and altcoins in general. And here's the proof, guys. This was back in June, and here's the proof, guys. This was back about a month plus ago. Listen to what I say to right here, because we literally called it to a T. I'm not even kidding. And this will tell us if we're gonna moon or doom. So the reason why this all matches up beautifully as well is because if we do pump here, right, and Bitcoin does dump, look at this. It comes all the way down here, right? Hold support. The recession will occur right here. And at 75% is where Bitcoin dominance should top out, right? And then when this falls, that's when the craziest alt season begins, guys, right? All that liquidity will be taken in probably a single month. So back then I basically stated that if this holds as support, they're gonna pump this thing back up, guys, right? I repeat, we're at literally the most critical point in crypto's history right now. This will determine if we're going to see full-blown alt season, which coins will 100 to 1000x minimum, or are we going to do like go to Goblin Town or some like crazy town, guys, right? A hellish town. The way we would know is I say this. I know you guys remember this because you probably don't have bad memory, but so basically, I stated that when we're at this point, okay, guys, Bitcoin dominance needs to come below it, hold it as resistance, and keep falling like this. If it comes down here, right, and holds it as support like this, guys, it's gonna move up. It's gonna go back for another high, right? But then there will most likely be a triple bearish divergence up there on the weekly, which is gonna confirm death, and that's the true alt season, right? So here it is. We must go below 61%. Okay, we must go below 61%. I repeat, when Bitcoin dominance finally dies like this, okay, in the year 2026, this is where altcoins are going to 100 to 1000x, if not more. Look at that. You guys see that? 60%. Where is it holding, guys? The alerts that was set, it's holding right there, right as support. Now do you guys understand why these moving averages are so important? So if this goes below 61%, okay, weekly body candle close above this moving average, I mean below it, and on the 5-day, we close below this as well, guys, it's over. Moon is here. You have completely won. These are the only two moving averages that's holding cryptos down tremendously. Eric Trump agreed for Ethereum that it will be trading above $8,000 coming soon. You know, he's a part of the Trumps, guys, so he knows what he's talking about because they have bought so much Ethereum. It's not even a joke anymore. Okay, it's crazy. But Eric Trump agreed with this tweet where Ethereum is catching up with global liquidity. Comparing with M2 supply growth, Ethereum should be trading above $8,000 by now. This shows how undervalued ETH is right now, and probably one of the best trades out there or out here, right? So basically, this chart is predicting that, hey, that's global liquidity, right? And Ethereum is the blue line. Basically, if Ethereum follows the global liquidity, which it should catch up at some point, right? Even if it does go like this, it will catch up at some point. Right now, global liquidity is as well, Ethereum. If Ethereum goes to where global liquidity is right now, that will be at $9,000 per ETH or 10K, right? That's insanity. And Eric Trump agrees with him, guys, right? I just see this tweet, by the way. When was this posted? Okay, a couple days ago. Wow. I'm just gonna like that tweet too. Let me follow it. Let me follow him because, you know, he's an insider. Now, this could all come and beautifully tie in all together because Trump says the Federal Reserve will cut rates after the meeting they had. Okay, so check this out. So if the Fed cuts rates, we see USDT.dominance falling off a cliff, then Bitcoin.dominance on the weekly chart is under support. Moon is here.
I think that Jerome Powell, I think we had a very good meeting. Forgetting about the building, that's out of control, all that. But I think we had a very good meeting on interest rates. And he said to me, and I don't know if he's going to say this on Thursday or whenever he speaks, but he said to me very strongly, the country is doing well. He said, congratulations, the country is doing really well. And I got that to mean that I think he's going to start recommending lower rates.
Because of that conversation?
How do you think that the Supreme Court really is doing well?
Yeah, I don't know about the countries doing that well, guys, but you know it's getting bad when BlackRock themselves are calling for the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates, right? Everyone's impatient now, right? Because the Fed isn't kind of, I mean, they are doing their jobs, right? They are doing their job, but everyone just wants free money, right? Money printed out of thin air, and everyone just wants to get rich or even richer than they already are, such as BlackRock, because they're so filthy, literally, well, they're super wealthy. So they just want all these markets to skyrocket. The only missing piece to the puzzle is the Fed as well, right? That's the biggest one out of them all. But will they cut rates? Jerome Powell the other day said he's not resigning, right? So supposedly there were rumors that he was, not anymore. BlackRock's head of digital assets leaves to join Ethereum treasury company SharpLink Gaming. What? That's insane, right? SharpLink Gaming transferred $145 million to buy more Ethereum over the counter. This Ethereum dip is temporary, guys. That's insane. So not only does Eric Trump, right, Donald Trump, they all love Ethereum because of alt season. I guess that's coming up. When it does happen, it's going to explode. BlackRock, the employees of BlackRock leaves and are joining Ethereum companies, guys. Right? Why? Because Tom Lee's 2025 Ethereum price prediction is $10,000 to $15K. Makes sense. Okay? So I think they know what's upcoming, guys. Right? Listen to this, because this connects to every altcoin out there, not just Ethereum, okay? If Ethereum explodes, you know what's going to happen to XRP, because it has been devouring Ethereum's market cap this cycle. It's like a front runner.
So I think in the near term, our technical strategist Mark Newton thought we could be seeing 4,000 before the end of the month for Ethereum, but that's not where it peaks.
What's your price target for ETH as we head into the second half of the year?
Our price objectives at Fundstrat. So I wear a couple of hats. I'm the chairman of BitMine, but I'm also the head of research at Fundstrat. And actually I have a third role, which is the CIO of Fundstrat Capital. But at Fundstrat, Sean Farrell is the head of digital assets research. And he's given me some informal sort of targets. One way he thinks of this is that if we look at Circle and its free cash multiple, which now is like 130 times EBITDA, on an equivalent basis, Ethereum is closer to 15,000. And that makes sense. I think the layer one, as you get into layer one, you should apply a higher multiple to like sort of theoretical usage, because it's the same reason software companies get higher multiples than retailers, right? The more you're getting away from the customer and the more it's pure signal, you apply higher multiples to that business. And so I think in the near term, our technical strategist Mark Newton thought we could be seeing 4,000 before the end of the month for Ethereum, but that's not where it peaks. He just thinks that that's the first target. And then I think something, if Sean Farrell's math is correct, then I think 10 to 15,000 actually makes sense too.
By the end of the year?
It could be end of year, it could be sooner. I mean, it just really depends. But that wouldn't be the cap.
Wow, by the end of the year, guys. Wait. Okay, so let's say 12.5K, right, for ETH. Oh, it's moving up. XRP is a bit, right, a tiny bit. Now this moving average is at 60.88. 60.88. It will need to be below right here, guys. Okay, so just remember this. Go on to Bitcoin.dominance charts. Elk for this pivot, it just needs to be below this level. Okay, right here, July 22nd. If it's below there, it's below that moving average on the weekly, and all season will commence, right? The biggest one out of them all. But if Ethereum went to 12.5K, because this will be crazy for XRP and any other altcoin, guys, that's a 2.3x. Okay, 2.5x about. XRP is a double multiplier, right? A 2x multiplier. So that'll be a 5x for XRP, which would take us to a 5x from here, guys. Whoa, $20. Wow, we just cracked the code. Do you see now? Now do you see why it's possible? Crazy. Just because we calculated Ethereum, guys, right? So in that ballpark, we'll see what happens, but look for those charts, because we are at a critical point in time. Not beneath your vice. What is this? Surface Amazing. See ya.